There is nothing more comforting than a one-pan meal that feeds the whole family. I often make one-pan chicken and rice, and this variation made with shrimp that I'll share with you today. First, I'm Yumna, aka Feel Good Foodie. I share wholesome, nutritious recipes that make your body feel good. This one-pan shrimp and rice dish is such a feel-good recipe to make, eat, and clean up, especially if you're short on time. Everything is cooked together in one pan and uses very simple ingredients that you can easily swap out based on what you have on hand. Everyone is gonna love this dinner idea. So here's what you'll need. 1 pound of uncooked shrimp, a cup and a half of white rice, I'm using Jasmine rice, some vegetables like onions, mushrooms, and green peppers, garlic, salt, pepper, and oregano, vegetable broth or chicken broth, and olive oil to get it all started. So let's get started. So my one rule when I make one pan meals is I tell my kids they're not allowed to pick out any of the vegetables. So in order to make sure they don't do that, I chop everything really, really small. And this chop wizard right here is actually pretty helpful. I don't use this all the time, but it's pretty helpful for something like this. So what I do is grab some onion slices. So we've got perfectly small diced onions. It just makes it a little bit easier, and this way the kids cannot pick them out of the rice. I'm gonna drop this in the pan. We'll do the same thing with some green peppers. And finally, we do the same thing with the mushrooms. And we'll just add the shrimp to the pan.
That's not shrimp.
And we'll add the mushrooms to the pan. All right, time to cook the vegetables. So give it all a good stir. Now I'll add a garlic clove and just cook it for a minute until it's nice and fragrant. Now I'm adding the rinsed jasmine rice on top of the vegetables. And I prefer to rinse the rice just because it removes all that extra starch so that the rice kind of stays nice and fluffy and doesn't stick together once it's cooked. For seasoning, I'm keeping it super simple. I'm doing half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of oregano. Oregano is pretty mild and I feel that it goes really well with these flavors, but feel free to switch it out based on whatever you like. And 2 1/4 cups of vegetable broth or chicken broth. I'm gonna stir everything together now just to incorporate the broth right into the mixture. And now we're gonna simmer it for 15 minutes to let that rice cook. And while the rice is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and season the shrimp. So we season the shrimp with just salt, pepper, and olive oil, and then we're going to steam the shrimp right in the pan. You can set the shrimp at room temperature for 15 minutes while the rice cooks. So now that the rice is done cooking, we wanna quickly open it up, throw the shrimp in there, and let it steam for 5 minutes, and then we fluff everything together and serve it. All right, let's check up on the shrimp, and look at that, you guys. It's fully cooked. The steam from the rice completely cooked it, and you can tell it's cooked because it's opaque pink, and that's exactly what we're looking for. And now I'm gonna use a fork to fluff it all together. And when it's all done, I'm just gonna go ahead and add some cilantro on top just to liven it up. All right, and now it's time to serve some for Video Matt. Oh, I forgot. He's allergic to shellfish, so we're not gonna serve any for him. But you guys, this recipe is so delicious. My family absolutely loves it. And there's so many different ways to customize it so you can use any kind of vegetables you have on hand and not have to dirty up another pan. So I hope you try it at home and I hope you love it. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the video description below for a full written recipe. And be sure to like, follow, subscribe for more healthy-ish recipes with feel-good ingredients. See you guys next time.